Welcome to the making of a DM 8-year anniversary special. 8 things I've learned by being married for 8 years to my beautiful wife, Dina, and what to do when the shitstorm hits. Excited for this one. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans. DM. Dream making and deal making. Hope you're having an amazing day today as I'm sitting here in the treehouse. Got a bunch of updates to share with you as well. 8 lessons I've learned for a great marriage over the last 8 years. Yep. August 28th was Dina and I's 8-year wedding anniversary. August 28th, 8 years ago, I was on a helipad in Malibu, California, at Rocky Oaks, something like that. This really cool $50 million state we rented out for the day and night. And I got married on this helipad. It was me, Dina, and her mother. It was an awesome experience. I didn't want a lot of people there. It's funny to me. I see people doing weddings and they're all stressed out, overwhelmed, going crazy, and they make it about everybody else but themselves. Well, the wedding day is for me and for my wife, for the people I care about. And if you don't like it, I don't care. You're not invited. So that is one reason. Another reason is I cry like a baby, and I didn't feel like a lot of people want to sit there and watch me cry, saying I do, and all that good stuff. Before I get started, I kind of already have. I want to let you know today's show has a lot going on. Today's a big day for many reasons, and I'll share that. A lot of challenges, a lot of moving parts in life and business, as you know. And I always want to talk real talk and raw talk with you, as I always do and always will. Nothing here to sell you except don't quit. The only thing I want to sell you is don't quit. No matter how shitty it is, you do not quit. It's the only way to lose if you quit. Appreciate everyone messaging me from last show. A lot of stuff going on and it's transpired from there. But as I'm sitting here talking to you, I've got so many amazing people messaging me on social media, privately on email and all that good stuff on the website. And I just want to say thank you so much. It means the world to me, more than you'll ever know. I promise you that. I oftentimes, forget how big the reach is here at the Dealmaker world. There's so many people, tens of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that are hearing messages either through the books, through emails, through social, through the podcast show, etc., on a consistent basis. And thank you guys so much for all the 5-star reviews, all the book reviews, all that stuff. It really means the world to me in all seriousness. So thank you guys for that. Today's show, real quick update on my sister. If you remember last, I was sharing about my sister in the hospital. Well, things took a turn for the worse. 2 weeks ago now, I guess, she had emergency surgery. And I got a call at 8 p.m. from my niece, my sister's daughter. And she says, "Get down here, Uncle Mark. It doesn't look good." Meaning, get down here. She's going to die. And me, my wife, and kids literally threw everything in a suitcase and just headed out. It's about a 3-hour drive. We got there about midnight, and the whole family's there. Multiple people, many people. Many people I haven't seen in a long time. And I go see my sister, and she's she's in a coma. She's on a ventilator. She has hundreds, and I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but she had a lot of stuff stuck in her. and she couldn't breathe on her own. Coma, obviously, you can't breathe. You're not breathing on your own. But as of today, as I'm talking to you, and you're listening to this on a Wednesday, August 31st, it's her 42nd birthday. And she's actually still alive 2 weeks later. It's a miracle, truthfully. She only had like a 2% chance of living. Doctors can't believe she's alive. Nurses definitely can't believe she's alive. We're all like, I mean, this has been an amazing, over-the-top emotional roller coaster for the family, as you can imagine. Inside the Dealmaker Alliance and my DM family groups that I, share, I'm sharing behind the scenes stuff, what's really going on, and, just detailed stuff about, being around the family. I actually stayed down there for the last 10 days, got a house. I stayed with my parents for a couple of days. I can only do that so long. I don't know about you guys, but I need my space. I need, I got stuff to do. I think different. I talk different. I act different. And I'll share why that's important here in a second. But we got a lake house and we just sit there, me, my wife, and kids. And, I was at the hospital and, just being there for support, being close, like minutes away from the hospital. If something happened, I could be there. They start shrinking the timelines down on the visits because things were looking better. And I got a call last night. My mom said she's kind of doing physical therapy, kind of. Physical therapy in her condition is wiggle your toes if you hear me, your right foot, your left foot, your hand, and stuff like that. So absolutely insanely grateful that she's still here with us. A couple things on this. One, prayer works. Positive vibes work. Miracles do happen. About 20 something years ago, I've seen a miracle happen with my mother. She's still alive. And, we actually, for real, I'm not saying this to be silly, we pulled the plug and she ended up living. And the doctor said 100% chance my mom was not going to live, and she is alive today. So miracles do work. So never stop, praying, never stop thinking a miracle is going to happen. And you just never know. But I do know it won't happen if you're not praying and believing in miracles. Two, I can only hang out with the family so long. Again, I'm not saying this in a negative way. This is just reality. With the world I grew up in, what they talk about, what they think about, what they consume in their brain, what they eat in their body, everything they do is different. I'm very grateful to be from my family, by the way. It's not that. It's just, I'm very grateful, though, I got out of my small town. I got out of the day-to-day. And I see so many people, and my mom and dad know this is not a secret, but I see so many people doing the same things, expecting different results, showing up at the same places, expecting to look different, talk different, think different. But if you don't believe your circle of influence is influencing you, you're absolutely fucking mind-boggling crazy. It literally, like, they watch the news, they believe the news, they talk about the news, they talk about shit that does not do anything in life to change anything, for real. Like, I want to talk about growth, progression, problems, but with solutions. I want to talk about the obstacles. Who are we hiring? Who are we growing? What are we going to buy? What are we going to develop? How are we going to create revenue? How are we going to do? Like, I want to grow. Obviously, I'm present. I'm there with the family. But, like, you don't have to do nothing. And it's not almost, it's normal. Hey, you drink 6 bottles of Mountain Dew. I only drink 4, so I'm in better shape than you. Huh? You only eat 12 donuts a week. I only eat 8. Stuff like that. And again, I'm not knocking it. It's just the reality of my world. That's how I grew up. And when I go back there, I'm just thankful and grateful that I was able to understand this is a mindset shift. Like, I was always plotting of how to get out because I saw it. I just realized this is not the life I want to live my whole life. I want to build. I want to grow. I want to evolve. I want to see what I'm capable of. I never thought about, I'm going to fail. Oh, it's going to be embarrassing. Fuck that. You know what's embarrassing? Not doing anything. That's what's embarrassing. And not doing anything about it. Thinking you're a victim. Thinking it can't happen for you. Well, dude, if you've ever hung out with like wealthy people or people doing stuff big in life, you're going to realize the only difference in them than you is they're executing, they're growing, they're pushing, they're prodding. But rest assured, if you're listening to the DM project here, this podcast show and consuming good stuff in your brain on audio and video and, what you're reading and all this stuff. I mean, it absolutely would change your life. I know, because it changed my life. Fact. So very grateful to be out. Now I'm back home here in Cleveland area and I'm playing catch up. But what was cool is financially, I don't have to work. I enjoy working. I love to grow. It's not about the money, but what the money will do. And one of the greatest things I was able to do when this was going on with my sister is be able to get up and go whenever I wanted, to get up and rent the nicest place they had. I rented the nicest boat they had just to have it on the docks in case my mom and dad wanted to get away for a minute, in case I wanted to. Anybody, it was there. Paid lots of money to do that. And that's a convenience. And that's what money does for me. It's just options. Instead of hunkering down and, staying with 27 people, going crazy, I need my space and I'm going to go. I've worked really hard to do that. And that's a process, right? And I'm not bragging. I'm just sharing the truth. And then, my sister's situation financially is not good. And it's not going to be any better being down for as long. She's going to be down for months, right? As she pulls through this. So, behind the scenes, I gave my parents some money and said, hey, take care of whatever. If you need more, let me know. The truth is, when I went there with the thought of burial, cost of burying someone. I've seen this happen in my family where, again, in all seriousness, they get cremated instead of buried because cremation's cheaper. And that's what the only funds they have. They don't even have headstones because that costs money. And I saw that my whole life. So I was just grateful as I was driving there. Just one, I could be present for my parents and the situation at hand and not have to worry about anything. I have amazing team members all over the world helping and supporting everything, which is awesome. It's a team effort, not a Mark effort. But I had to start somewhere, right? I started with myself and grew this to where it's at today. And just knowing that I could take the financial burden off. Because again, I think I've seen financial burdens kill people. People kill themselves because of financial burdens, right? So that off the table takes a lot of stress off the situation. And again, I'm proud that I got out and generated enough money to be able to do that. And, we can pay anything for their bills, make sure she's good, get out of the weeds, and then pursue once you get up and running. But again, just very thankful and grateful. So build your businesses or business or whatever to support your vision, to support what you're doing. See, a lot of people don't know all the work. I mean, I've been 26 years as an entrepreneur, and these moments are going to happen to all of us. We are going to experience death, tragic loss, situations at hand. And are you prepared? I personally, and I've talked about this on many podcast shows, I want to be overly financially prepared. There's nothing good about being under financially prepared for anything. My situation is my sister, right? So I'm prepared for that. My situation, I've been prepared for that a long time. So that's going to happen. And I'm just very proud of myself that I did that, truthfully, just talking straight with you. So let's talk about being married. As an entrepreneur, I get asked all the time about this. My wife personally, straight up has never worked since she's known me since 24 years old. She's in her young 40s now. And, I'm proud of that. She's a great mom. She's working on herself. She's doing cool stuff with her life and evolving and growing. And I've always wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be that man that took care of the fucking fam all the way around. Not just me, but them, my parents, everybody else, right? So as I sit here and talk to you, I want you to know, I have some different rules. I thought of 8 big things. There's a lot more than this, but 8 things that I kind of live by. And it's not always pretty. Marriage, again, relationships aren't always pretty, but marriage to me, when I said I do and all that stuff, I mean it through thick and thin. I mean it. It's not bullshit lip service. Truth is, Dina and I were engaged for 8 years before we got married. Not because we didn't want to get married, but dude, I want to talk this shit and I'm going to talk real stuff, what we did and what I shared with her. a lot of people, they get caught up. Oh man, if I say this, she might leave me. Fuck, dude, she's gonna leave you anyways. Like, say it now. Let's get it out of the way. So before Dina and I got married, true story, I was like, hey, because again, guys and gals, you guys can understand what I'm saying here. Is like, there's certain things you want to say, but if you say it, it's going to turn into a massive fight. It's going to turn into, you don't understand, or don't turn this on me and all that stuff. And I don't like that. I'm not about that. I'm about, let's say it and solve and move on and grow. And, but prior to us getting married, I told my wife, I was like, Dina, my fiance back then, I was like, hey, I want to go to 2 relationship counseling sessions pre-marriage just to talk. And both sessions were crying. I'm crying. Like, I'm sharing real stuff. She's sharing stuff. It's getting heated. And, I like the third-party moderator to moderate the conversation, to assist us to get out what we want to say, get out what needs to be said so we can grow and move. I'm not trying to sweep it under the rug and, go to all my friends and talk shit and all that stuff. If I have something to say, I'm going to say it in front of everybody. Like, it's just what I do. So, and it served me to this point anyways. But that happened. And, she was kind of, at first not so keen on it, right? Because it's like, some people think going to a coach or going to a counselor is weak. I see it as massive strength. I have coaches in every area of my life: health, wealth, financial, mental, all this shit. Why not? People want to help you. They have businesses that you can pay to help you. That's how they make money, by helping you. You help. Like, it's a no-brainer. Coaches is a no-brainer. But anyways, we still, one of my things here is hire a relationship coach. My wife and I meet a relationship coach once a week. We talk for 45 minutes and we connect. Maybe there's something that's driving my wife nuts, she'll say it. Maybe it's something driving me nuts, I'll say it. And as you know, guys and girls talk and communicate differently. And so when I'm saying something, it might sound like I'm being cold, but I'm just saying it and moving on. But my wife needs to be heard. I need to understand where she's coming from and all that good stuff. So it's good to have that moderator. Again, I think one thing to be clear, though, I'm not trying to be right. I'm trying to be better. So when I'm going into situations with my wife, I'm not trying to be right. Because every time I'm trying to be right, I'm always going to lose, right? Because it's an ego thing. I just want to be a great husband, a great dad, a great son, a great brother, a great friend. And like, you got to be receptive. You got to be listening. You got to understand, like, we evolve, we change, we grow. And like, I'm not trying to be right. I'm just trying to be better. So, that takes a lot of communication skills. And as I get a little bit older, a little bit wiser, some of the stuff starts coming to fruition. So another one, never go to bed or start the day off nagging or complaining. This has always served me. I don't like to wake up with disruption. Actually, I wake up way earlier than the family typically. And I start my day off at, do the sauna, do some reading, go out and do the workout, just get stuff going, like get the body moving, right? And, the kids are up. Now we have kids. And, like, I want to start the day off smooth and just like ready to go, attack the day and, let's go. It's not always the case, obviously. Everything I'm saying is not 100%. Don't get me wrong. But the majority of the time, especially in the morning for sure, is very like smooth and mellow and, whatever. At night, sometimes things get heated, depending on the situation. But we try to, just squash it and move on. Try to never go to bed mad, right? We might not wake up in the morning. Something might happen. So I want to, like, it just settles the mind. It kind of like relaxes you and just, you can sleep better and wake up feeling better. Just things are much better if you never go to bed or start the day off nagging and complaining. Number 2, something to do often, dream together. Dream so fucking big, like it scares you. It scares her. A lot of people come to me and say, man, my partner's not on board, my wife or husband or whatever. How do you get them? It's like, well, are you dreaming with them? Are you talking it out loud? Are you showing them? No, man, I just, they don't get it. It's like, how are they ever going to get it if we're not sharing it? See, the difference with me and my wife, I was kind of already building companies. She met me when I was 27. I was building companies since 18. I guess I should say I was an entrepreneur starting at 18. I wasn't really building a company. I had built a job, but I was a real entrepreneur. And so she didn't see those moments, but there's a lot of stressful times. I mean, shit, as I'm speaking to you today, we're dealing with a pretty big situation on one of our companies, real big. Actually, so big, I almost didn't do this podcast show because I actually have to hunker down after I get off the show and make some really, really big, bold moves that are massively financial losses and moves. So it is what it is. But you got to dream. You got to share this shit. This is not a silent battle. This is not like, my biggest fear in life is always growing apart from my wife, where I'm pursuing massive goals and she's settled down. So how do you minimize that problem persisting or growing? Constantly sharing goals. Hey, I'm buying this big G5. I'm buying this G4. Hey, I'm going to buy this big house. Hey, we're going to build this house. Hey, what kind of house would you like? Hey, what kind of lot? Hey, blah, 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 blah. Like stuff like dream. By the way, I dream with my kids. I share the dreams. I want them to share their dreams with me. Keep in mind, they're 7 and 3, so their dreams are a little different right now. But as they evolve, we're building this into them. Number 3, this goes across the board for everything in my life. If you complain, come with a fucking solution. Don't just come here to complain. Come with a solution. I see so many people talk shit, but then you ask them what the solve is and they have no clue. They're just shit talkers. Don't let that be you. And if that's you, straighten up. Come with solutions. Be positive. Be optimistic. Have a result. Come with multiple solutions, by the way. That means you're thinking. That means you're deep diving. That means you're more aware of what's going on. If you're just a shit talker, you're just a talker. What I've found is if you come with solutions to any situation, you will typically be a doer, or at least a way better chance of a doer than just a shit talker. Number 5, I already said number 4, hire a relationship coach. Number 5, life is short. Treat it so. Keep the adventure alive. I love doing spontaneous things. Me and my wife traveled the world for 7 years around the world in a spontaneous way. Truthfully, we never knew where we were going. We'd wake up on a Friday and be somewhere else, totally, like we'd have zero clue and be in a totally different part of the world on Saturday. Spontaneous has always served me. I like to make the moves. It's not always that. It's kind of stressful sometimes, but expectation wise, you just go with the flow, right? So oftentimes I'll wake up and say, hey, D, let's go here. And she'll say, yeah, no, I can't do it this week. Here's why, or today or whatever. 2 weeks ago, I guess, right before my sister's stuff happened, we were sitting at a bench in a park right down the street from the house having lunch. Spontaneously woke up, said, hey, babe, let's go have lunch today. Okay, let's do it. She packed a lunch and we went and hung out and talked and just laughed and talked about stuff and no kids around, just us. Spontaneous is always, fun and exciting. I see too many people structuring things out, changing things around. Spontaneous keeps it a little alive. It keeps it alive at another level, in my opinion. Number 6, it's okay to be wrong and apologize. I hate being wrong. But when you're wrong, you just accept it and own it and say sorry. Not just say it, but mean it. It's always, sometimes I still struggle with this. Again, back to I'm not trying to be right, but sometimes I am right, but I just, and sometimes I'm wrong. It is what it is. I think you got, what's that saying? You got to agree to disagree kind of thing, but just apologize. Listen, I apologize. I don't see your point. I didn't see your point of view, but now I do. I'm not, again, it's not about, like we're always learning. We're always growing. Number 7, this is a big myth I see. Man, relationships is a 50-50 thing. I disagree. To me, a relationship is 100% thing and 100% thing. If I only showed up 50%, that's bullshit. I show up 100%. I show up, I want to be healthy. I want to be wealthy. I want to be wise. I want to be hungry. I want to be hardworking. I want to be the man. I want to do the shit. I want to be 100% me. I want my wife to show up the same way. I want her to be confident, ready to kick ass with me, be my ride or die, punch someone in the face, throat punch them if they talk shit about me, not be passive. 100% each. Too many people. And by the way, this goes for my business relationships and personal relationships. Today's the personal side, so I'll share more later on that. Number 8, date each other weekly. Don't forget what got you to marriage is the dating process. I know I haven't been 100% on this back in the day, but I make a very hard, conscious, non-negotiable effort to go somewhere with my wife once a week. Either a lot of times it's not even dinner dates, it's lunch dates. Because I love hanging out with the kids. I know my wife does as well. And but if we do dinner, which actually we're going to do tomorrow, I'm going to drop the kids off at my in-laws and we're going to go have dinner and then we'll pick them up, right? So we go have a date, disconnect, talk about whatever. And oftentimes about dreaming, about goals. What's going on? Are we going track, off track? You know, what can we do more of? What do you need from me, hon? Stuff like that. So those are my top 8 pieces. And again, by the way, dating doesn't cost money. You can go to the fucking park and hang out and go jogging or just go hang out. Take a notepad and paper. Connect. Take a bottle of water. Connect. Sit and talk. To me, it's more of a pause for a moment to connect with my wife, as there are a million things going on. We have lots of stuff going on. We all do. There's no excuse you can't take out 30 or 60 minutes a week if you truly care about wanting to grow your relationship with your spouse. And again, I try to be all conscious of this. I'm not 100% everywhere. Like I know I have a lot of mentors and, they're like, oh, this is the way it is. It's like, dude, like no one's 100%. The best of the best is not 100% of one thing. I promise you. They strive to be, but no one is perfect. No one's perfect here, but it's as long as it's conscious and you're making a real effort and you're being genuinely real with yourself, it definitely will serve you because you're aware. So those are the 8 things as an entrepreneur, crazy guy that's helped me in 8 years of marriage with my wife. And I have a lot of other stuff, and I'll share those every year with you as we evolve. But again, today's show is about awareness. Today's show about appreciation. Today's show's all about gratitude. And again, when I'm hanging out with my sister and I just hold her hand, I tell her I love her and I'm here and, you got this, blah, 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 stuff like this. As I was telling her goodbye and, a couple weeks ago and I'll be here for your kids, whatever you need, just let me know kind of thing. Life is short. Could be your moment. And live while you're alive. One of the biggest lies is like, you only live once. Bullshit, dude. Every fucking day I wake up, I'm alive. I'm living. Right? We only die once. Unfortunately, some people are walking around half dead. They just haven't checked out yet. They've checked out of life, but not checked out of universe, right? Don't be that person. Like I started the show off, don't quit. Do not quit. It's one thing about my sister. She's a hard ass. She's not a quitter. She's a fighter. That's why we butt heads so much. But you got to fight. You got to keep your feet moving. When shit hits the fan, you hunker the fuck down. You get serious. You get excited. The shitstorm that's going on in one of our companies right now, I text the whole team, the 2 guys running the team. And I said, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a fucking weirdo. I love this shit. I love when things are bad. I love when my back is against the wall. I love when people are fucking stealing from me, taking, leaving, thinking they're pulling something over me, because I will fucking squash their throat. I will literally laugh at them as I succeed at new levels. We will get stronger. We will get tighter. We will get better. We will learn from this and we will evolve. We won't talk about it today. We will execute today. We'll talk about this shit 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now. They write books about this shit. That's the shit that excites me. If you can't tell, listen to my voice. I'm excited. Because when I get off this podcast show, I'm in the pit. I'm in the fire right beside you. The question is, are you a fucking quitter or are you a doer? Are you going to step up or are you going to step out? Are you going to look at this as an opportunity or are you going to look at this as an obstacle? I only want to roll with fucking winners. And if any of my team members are listening to this show, if you're not a fucking winner, if you're not a ride or die, get the fuck out of the way. That goes for partners, business owners I work with, teammates that work with me, salespeople I work with, all of you. We're in this game for life, to win, to build, to grow. And in times like this is when teams get tighter, stronger, and things grow massively. See, it's funny, about 2 years ago, something happened with a guy, and I've shared this on the show a little bit, but the guy fucking stole from me. Straight up stole. Cool. He didn't pop a cherry. It's happened before, right? But it hurt because he was close to me. And I allowed it to happen. It's my fault, by the way, not his fucking fault. He took the easy route, me. But he stole from me. And you know what? He has a miserable fucking life. He had to move into an apartment. He has a shitty car, a shitty life, and shitty friends. He doesn't even have friends because he's a shitty guy. My life's better. I'm making more money. I have better cars. I have better house. Yes, I'm fucking comparing because I know this is how real life works. You do shitty stuff, you get shitty stuff. You do the right shit. This is the guy that's like, dude, heart power. I do the right thing when it's hard. This motherfucker doesn't do anything right. Anything. It's easy to say it when it's easy. But saying it and doing it when the shit happens is where the magic occurs. The universe is watching. I promise you that. The question is how are you responding? What are you doing in those moments when no one is watching you except the fucking universe? What are you doing in those moments? See, when I say I'll do something, I fucking mean it. I'm not just saying it to be cool. I'm not saying it because I read some fucking meme online. I'm saying it because it's real and authentic. Period. Too many fuckers out here are talking shit, acting cool. Just do the right thing. That's the cool thing. It's not sexy. It's not fun. I was talking with my buddy. He just sold a company for lots of money. And I was telling him what's going on. He's like, dude, isn't it funny? We love this shit. This is where we thrive. This is where we find out who the real team players are and who the weak ones are. This is how, like, literally I have pictures. I have 2 pictures I'm looking at as I speak to you of the guys that fucked this up. And I want to crush them. Not I want to. I will crush them through results. I don't have to do anything to them. I don't have to touch them. I don't have to, it's nothing about that. It's about me showing, like, I will prevail and they'll be fucking clowns for the rest of their life. And they'll act like right now they're winning, but deep down inside, they know they're fucking losers. They know it. They're the same dad saying, come on, son. Just go out there and have fun. That's all that matters. Motherfucker, I'm winning. That's what matters. You know, I have fun when I win. No, Johnny, you deserve an 8th place trophy. You worked really hard just like Jimmy. No, you fucking didn't. If you did, you'd have the 1st place trophy. You barely showed up at practice. You don't run cadence at a high level. You're fucking slacking. Get your ass up. My kids are in for a treat, right? That's how my dad taught me. He taught me how to be a real fucking man. He taught me how to be a real leader. See, my mom and dad, they don't have a lot of money, but they have a lot of fucking sense. They showed me the right path. My job in this journey of life is to change the financial trajectory of the Evans name. My mom and dad did a great job with what they had, the tools, the equipment they had. My job is to be aware of that, take what I have. Now, my mom and dad never gave me a toy. I never got anything. Everyone had everything but me. Get the fuck over it, dude. You're 20 years past that. What are you going to do about it now? And I'm going on a tangent, but I'm telling you, I promise you, this mindset I'm sharing with you right now is the same exact mindset I have across all boards and all pieces of my life. In my wife and I's relationship, my business relationships, my team relationships, everything, my relationship with myself. Get the fuck up. Push harder. Work harder. Be smarter. Think bigger. Do more. Be more. Give more. It's not always easy. It's very rarely easy. Why? Because you're pushing yourself. If you're not dry heaving, acid reflux, stressed out, overwhelmed, excited at the same time, you're not going hard enough. I've made some bad fucking moves in the last 2 years, but I've made some really good ones. You know what, though? I don't look at these as taking an L for a loss. I look at them for taking an L for a lesson. I can't go backwards. I can just learn from what happened. Too many of you fuckers are out there. Well, man, real estate went down in 2008. Motherfucker, it's 2022, and you're still talking about your problem. Right now, as I speak to you, trust me on this. Shit's about to happen at a whole new level. A level that you've never seen before. And you're going to be on the right side or the wrong side. It is a fucking choice. So as my boy Sean always says, get your fucking house in order now. Because it's going to be too late when you realize you have to be in order. You'll be so far behind the 8 ball. And I'm talking financially, physically, emotionally, mentally. Overread, over-listen to audiobook, positive shit. What's working, what's not, how to grow, how to push, how to be a better leader, how to grow your financial future, how to grow your financial fortress, how to grow your temple, i.e. your body, how to grow your relationships, how to deepen them. I'm watching it. I'm watching you. Relationships are fluttering all over the place because they're fucking weak. People been out here hanging out. It's so easy. I just made $1 million this week. Cool, motherfucker. What do you got now? Because what last week doesn't matter. I get it. What are you going to do? You're the only thing that can change this. Pay attention to your thoughts. Most importantly, pay attention to your actions. Keep score at a higher level. Are you doing the right thing? Be honest with yourself, because that's all that matters. You either are or aren't. Are you giving it your all? Are you taking it easy? Have you taken it easy too long? What are you going to do about it? It will be the greatest wealth transfer over the next 12 months. Mark my words. This podcast show is recorded and online forever. You come back and listen to the show 12 months from now. I told you so. I know so. It's happening already. Accumulation's taking place. Fear is set in. People are going fucking crazy, losing batshit crazy. All the ballers are bawling, crying. The majority, not all. The fronters, the fakers, the talkers, the meme posters, real business guys and gals, we will fucking crush our goals in the next 24 months, 36 months. Wealth will come in such a big level. It's not even fathomable to your brain right now. I'm telling you. Hunker down. Get serious. Stop taking those fucking vacations just to be cool and hang out and post memes and whatever pictures to try to be cool. It's your time. And I want to see everyone in my circle, in my world, bigger, stronger, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, etc. And I want to see you grow to a level you never even thought was possible. It starts now. 3 years from now, it shows up. But it starts now. Today. Push it. Excited for you. So I got to go. With that said, make the day count. Peace.
I'm Mark Evans, DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. And I come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hold principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss, I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all, and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose, yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm more Kevin's DM. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. DM project.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.